Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland was announced last week, and in this video, I'm going to tell you that Sean Strickland does not have a chance. Not one inkly binkly. What? Sean Strickland will get dominated for 5 rounds or submitted early in this fight. I cannot see it going any other way. Now, I do have a slight, just to backtrack on myself, I do have a slight feeling that Sean might be the guy, okay? But I've believed in too many people and I've been wrong. JDM, everyone was gassing me up about JDM because I initially thought Islam's going to go in there and absolutely dominate JDM. And I'm hearing JDM's never been held down in his career. Oh, Belal Muhammad obviously couldn't stop the takedowns. All this stuff that I'm hearing. But bro, when it comes to the Dagestanis and the Chechens, or in Chechens, I mean the only one, Khamzat Chimaev, it's a different level. It's a different level. Sean Strickland is a very good anti-wrestler, very good wrestler. He got taken down 6 times by DDP. So Khamzat's going to take him down. And when he takes him down, I doubt he's going to get up. I highly doubt it. Maybe Sean is that guy. I just can't see it happening. Now, if Sean can eventually stop the takedowns, round 2, round 3, round 4, I think Sean Strickland's going to take over easy. I think Sean Strickland gives Khamzat Chimaev on the feet a lot of problems. But the problem is, it won't be on the feet. Like I said, I heard it about JDM. I heard it about Max Holloway. He got held down and looked awful against Charles Oliveira. And I'm not I'm not betting on anyone against Islam or Khamzat again. Even DDP, we thought about DDP as well. You know, DDP, well, no one's ever held him down. No one's ever held a Max down. No one's ever held DDP down. No one's ever held JDM down. Islam and Khamzat, they're on a different level. When it comes to this wrestling business, they're on a different level. So there's nothing in my mind. There's no opponent that Sean Strickland has faced that makes me think he's got even a slight chance. You know, he hasn't been held down. Maybe by Kamaru Usman, but let's just forget about that. It was like 10 years ago. Let's just forget about that. But he did get held down by Kamaru Usman, but not a lot, but just a little bit in that fight. So let's just forget about that. Sean Strickland, what? Jared Cannonier? No, bro. I'm not having it, yeah? I'm not having it. He hasn't fought a wrestler. He hasn't really fought a wrestler, especially one like Khamzat Chimaev. I think Khamzat Chimaev is probably going to submit Sean Strickland because I feel like Sean Strickland won't accept the position as much as DDP did. So I feel like Sean Strickland will probably get caught coming up, like a Darce choke. You know, you're very vulnerable to those kind of chokes when you are trying to stand up and get get back to your feet. So that's what I'm saying. Am I excited for this fight? Hella excited for this fight. It's going to be a banger, hopefully. I mean, let's hope it's not a Khamzat Chimaev DDP business. But it could easily be, and none of us will be surprised, and everyone will be like, I told you so. But I feel like everyone like in a certain area of the world, when we get these matchups, we go, he's the hope. And there is no hope. I just think Khamzat Chimaev is too good. You're going to have to catch him with a flying knee or a mad left hook to stop him. And he's also fighting at the training lab, you know, like the train, but it says rain in the middle lab. That guy is on smoke. I forget his name, yeah, but he's on smoke. He's training with him now. So his cardio is no longer going to be an issue. This guy has cardio and fitness science to an absolute T. Him and TJ are, I think they're like scientists in there. Literally like scientists in there. And I think they're going to elevate Khamzat a lot. It's going to really elevate Khamzat a lot. You know, he's training with Khalil Roundtree. Well, by the way, he looked like he was getting Khamzat Chimaev looked like he was getting the better of Khalil Roundtree on the feet. So that's concerning. But I do think Sean Strickland is too far gone in striking. And I think you can't really outstrike Sean Strickland. You know, you're going to have to make it very messy and awkward like DDP. I still think he won that first DDP fight. But let's be honest, boys. I can't see Sean Strickland winning this. I give it 90% in Khamzat Chimaev's favour. The press conference, I don't know what they're going to have to keep them both in, like, you know, those cages that you chuck in the water when you're like swimming with great whites. That's what you're going to need for this, because Sean Strickland and I think that Chimaev will go for Sean Strickland. I'll be surprised if he doesn't go for him, throw something for him. In a way, I kind of feel like the fight isn't going to go ahead, because I feel like there's going to be so much mix up in the press conference that, you know, this stuff's not going to go ahead. But hopefully it does. Hopefully they get through the press conferences. Long day for Paramount, that's all I'm saying. And just you know, again, we're hearing this again. Sean Strickland, he's never been held down in his career. We heard it about Max. Max hasn't fought a wrestler, like a really good wrestler. Same thing about JDM. Yeah, he fought a good wrestler in Bilal Muhammad, but Bilal Muhammad is not Islam Makhachev. And that was shown that night. Islam versus JDM. There's levels. And I'm not saying all Dagestanis are levels. You know, I don't think Umar obviously will struggle to hold people down. He has struggled to hold people down. But I think Islam and Khamzat are special fighters. And they're so far gone when it comes to their specialist zone, like their wrestling. They're so far gone. I think, yeah, you might be able to get someone to counter it, but it's highly unlikely. I don't think Sean Strickland's that guy. I know Sean Strickland is an amazing wrestler. I know he really is good. And to be honest, whenever I see a clip of him, he's always in that singlet thing. He's always in that American weird ballet looking thing, which the Americans wear to wrestle. So I know he's wrestling constantly, but I'll be surprised if Khamzat can't keep Sean Strickland down. And he's definitely going to be able to take him down. Sean Strickland's been taken down a lot. Yeah, he doesn't get held down, but it's Khamzat Chimaev. That's all I've got to say in this video. Long day for Sean Strickland. I would like Sean Strickland to be the champ, by the way. I think that's entertaining. I like Sean Strickland. I think it's a lot of hate. I think he's literally one of the best strikers the UFC has ever seen. Not the most entertaining, but when you know what he's doing, it is an art form. It really is. But like I just said, that's all I've got to say in this video. Let me know what you think of this matchup, and I'll catch you in the next one.